Hello everyone, I'm back with an unboxing of the Motorola Razr Fold. This just came out a couple of days ago and it is their first folding phone, book style folding phone, I should say. I picked this up at Best Buy and with a trade-in, it was a major, pretty significant discount. I know they have pretty good offers as well on the Motorola website, although they're a little hit and miss with terms of giving you proper trade-in value, and apparently some of the deliveries haven't come through. This has been sitting at my Best Buy since the release date, but I decided to go ahead and pick it up today to check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox it, and I'm also going to give you my impressions of not just my first impressions here, but what I thought of it with respect to having owned the the Galaxy Z Fold 7, as well as the Google Pixel 10 Pro Fold. So in terms of foldables, I have owned at one time or another the Galaxy phones, the Z Folds 3, 4, 5, skipped the 6, got the 7, and then also the all of the Pixel phones at one point or another, Pixel Folds. I did try the OnePlus Open at one time, but it had screen bubbling issues, so I returned that one. And the other was the oh no, actually that's it. That's pretty much it. So this is my first try at Motorola. I haven't owned a Motorola phone since the Google Nexus 6, which was made by Motorola, one of my favorite phones of all time. So this is going to be pretty new territory for me. I will say what attracted me to it was the fact that the battery life apparently is much better on this. The 6,000 milliamp hour battery, and just as someone with larger hands, the folding factor is something that I really, really appreciate, especially when texting. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. This is the black, the Pantone. What's the color exactly? It's Pantone blue black or black blue, something to that effect. So we'll go ahead and open it up. And again, this is being done live and in color, so we will get this open as best we can. It does look to be a little bit of a challenge. Okay, let's go ahead and pop it open. And so again, the reason I personally prefer foldables, I just got tired of the Z Fold 7's battery life, and the Pixel 6, the Pixel 10 Pro Fold was also a little cumbersome at times, so that was another reason I decided to go ahead and try this out. So here we go. This is, thanks for choosing our products here. And there's going to be nothing in the box as per usual. It is, they did have it on display at my local Best Buy. I know in some countries you get different things in the box, but I'm in the United States, so we don't get crap. Nothing, literally nothing in the box other than the phone. I mean, maybe there's a cable in here somewhere. Let's see if I can find that. Yeah, there is a cable. Okay, so at least there's something. Okay, so there's a cable and some books. Do we even get a SIM ejection tool? I'm not even sure about that. Let's go ahead and pull this stuff out. Oh yeah, so there's a SIM ejection tool as well. So we can do that, and then there's a cable in there. I'll leave all that stuff in there. I really don't need it. So I will say, as someone who had the Z Fold 7 and as someone who had the Pixel 10 Pro Fold, I ended up actually trading the 10 Pro Fold for a second Z Fold 7. Traded those both in for other phones. And this impressed me because it actually seemed to be kind of a happy medium between the two in terms of size. So let's go ahead and try this out. I will check this out, I should say. All right, so there we go. So the color's nice. It has like a soft kind of feel to the back, so almost like you don't necessarily need a case, although of course I will put one on because I'm way too clumsy not to have one on. And the screen has kind of a very slight curve to it. I'm not a big fan of that. I did check it out in the Best Buy, so I didn't notice that, but that's one thing that I'm not too crazy about. We'll see how that goes over time. Get a couple weeks to try it out. You can always return it if you don't like it. Let's see if we can power it on, and there we go. The screen is just immaculate. It's really, really nice. That was one thing that was very impressive. I'm curious about the brightness as well. Apparently it runs a little brighter than the others. So there's that, protected by Think Shield. And that's the boot up there. You can go with English, United States. Let's see if we can start. What does it do if we start something there? Okay, we'll set that up a little bit later on. So the just impressions in terms of the thinness of it. It is almost as thin. It feels almost as thin as a Z Fold 7. It does feel a little bit taller than, but it is a little bit taller than the 10 Pro Fold. At least it feels that way. It doesn't have quite the heft as the Pixel 10 Pro Fold. It's not as wide, or it doesn't feel as wide. So if you like a little bit wider, a little bit shorter, the 10 Pro Fold might be the way to go. That's on par with the One Plus. This one feels much more like the Z Fold 7 with a more prominent, maybe heavier camera. It is a little more top heavy, although it has nice balance to it. And the hinge is really, let's go ahead and try the hinge out here. Yeah, the hinge is really nice. I really do like the hinge quite a bit. You don't hear anything at all. The back is a really nice kind of material. Kind of reminds, well, it just has like, it kind of reminds me of having a dbrand skin on there basically, or some kind of skin, whatever skin you use. It is a nice feel in the hand. So I think that's something that I could, you know, if you don't have a case right away, then perhaps it's something that you could get later on. Let's go ahead and cancel that out. Go ahead and just kind of skip over that. Yeah, I really like the feel of it. It feels like it's just the right size. Again, the Galaxy Z Fold 7, in terms of the lightness, you can definitely feel that this is a little bit heavier, but it's not as cumbersome as the 10 Pro Fold. And one thing that impressed me, at least so far when I was in Best Buy, was that it seemed to be a little more stock Android than Google itself, meaning that there weren't as many, there's not much bloat here at all. So again, I haven't used Motorola phones in a really, really long time. So I'm curious to see how this this goes. But, and again, you had a couple of weeks to try it out. You can return it within a 14-day window if you don't like it. But, you know, I think for me, in terms of size and weight and feel in the hand, it just seems a little bit, it just seems kind of like in that just right kind of mode, I guess. I'm curious about the camera performance. There have been, you know, good things that have been said about the camera. So, you know, they went to the Sony camera, the Bose speakers. When I was in the Best Buy, the speakers were okay. They were pretty much on par with the Z Fold 7, with the Google Pixel 10 Pro Fold. I think the 10 Pro Fold actually is a little bit stronger than the Z Fold 7, and I kind of really couldn't tell the difference between the Z Fold 7 and the 10 Pro Fold. So again, having had 3 of them at one point or another, you know, I kind of gave up on the Z Fold 7 because the battery life is abysmal. 4,400 milliamp hour battery is just not cutting it for a folding phone. It's absolutely ridiculous. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold did have pretty good battery life, but apparently this has, you know, even much better battery life with the 6,000 milliamp hour battery. So silicon carbon battery. So that's the other thing that I'm kind of looking forward to. And I'm definitely going to push this hard. I personally prefer the folding phones just because, as someone with a little bigger hands, it's a lot easier for me to text. I just simply, it's really hard for me to text on a slab phone. And, you know, that's just the way it is. So, yeah, the other thing I noticed too is that it's not as prominent. It's a little bit more symmetrical when you fold it than the 10 Pro Fold. So the 10 Pro Fold has, it's a little more prominent. Even on video, I've seen other videos of this phone. It looks more prominent, like in terms, it looks less symmetrical in some of the videos I've seen. I've only seen a couple, than this actually feels like when you feel it in your hand, and the way it even looks in person. I will also say that the screen itself is really amazing. So in terms of like the brightness and the quality of the screen, they definitely did not skimp on there. Now I do know that the processor is a little bit slower, or not, maybe not quite the elite processor, but if it saves on battery life and it's perhaps a little more cooling, then that might be something to consider. But anyhow, so overall, my first impressions are this. Oh, and the one thing is the crease is, you literally cannot feel the crease. I mean, you can see it at an angle, but in terms of feel, it's very, very slight. Obviously, this will probably change over time, but out of the box, it's the most creaseless phone that I've experienced. Now, obviously, there are Chinese phones that are, you know, that we don't have access to here in the United States that apparently are much better with all of this. I'm really curious about that Oppo Find N6, but we don't have it here. You got to do the global edition, and that's kind of it's very significant cost. So not sure if I would do that. I will also say that the thinness when it's open is pretty much on par with the Z Fold 7. I don't see much of a difference at all, and it didn't feel like it was much of a difference at all. I will say it does feel a little bit heavier, as I've already mentioned. Anyway, I'll go ahead and get everything transferred over and give some first impressions and see how it goes. All right, hope you're well. Hope your family's well. Take care of yourself.